Oh dear, we're back.
This is not Rudolph.
Exactly. We're back with this week's Next to Nature, and we are going to be talking about deer and a good time of year, I guess. But they are equipped with certain things across their body that really help them survive and impact. And that's kind of what you're talking about today.
Right. One of the things my uncle would say is if a turkey could smell like a deer, you would never kill them because they are so keen on their sense of smell.
Yes.
And they use smell as a way of part of their breeding process too, but we can talk about that. One of the first things you'll notice is the nose of the deer. Mm-hmm. They have excellent detection of odor, and there's actually part of that process is glands and things of that nature. That's one of the primary ones. It also helps keep the deer nose wet. You know, they'll lick their nose and they'll try to keep it fresh where they can smell other odors. We have another gland in the eye that's called the preorbital gland, mm-hmm. and another one in the forehead. And of course, if you've ever seen a deer rub a tree or do a licking branch, that is dispersal of scent, and they'll get up in there and work their head, and they're just distributing that scent into the tree for mating purposes. Okay, another gland that we can talk about is the tarsal gland. This tarsal gland is part of a process in which they, as part of the breeding process as well. This gland has a natural secretion that it has regardless.
That comes out the leg?
That comes out of the gland.
Okay.
And then deer will put their legs together and then they'll urinate on that gland too to add other odor to it. So this is a distribution of scent as well. There's another gland, and it's called the metatarsal gland, and there's some debate on what this gland's function is, but it does secrete an odor and aroma. Another gland you'll see on deer is called the interdigital gland, and it's in between the hooves of the deer, mm-hmm. and it's just in between the toes, or hooves, but when a deer walks and mm-hmm. it steps, it'll put that scent down. So when they're walking, they're putting scent down as
Interesting.
Well.
I never knew that.
Mm-hmm. And then they'll paw scrape, and they'll have scent on that too. So
that makes sense.
Trailing and
because this time of year, you'll definitely see scrapes around.
That's right. And we're entering that part of the breeding season, and people will ask, and what time's the rut? And there's some discussion on when the rut occurs. Somebody will say that it's early. Some people will say it late, but usually peak rut is around our area is a week before Christmas. So
the week before Christmas.
Peak breeding.
But they'll continue all the way through the first of the year, right?
You'll start seeing different scrapes or scrapes open back up, as some people would call it. But some people will say that the rut comes early and comes late, but typically you're going to see the peak rut season is going to be the week before Christmas in our area, so just keep that in mind.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And when we talk about these different things, these glands are so important to the deer to keep them going and keep them healthy, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
And if you look at it overall, it's about it's to keep the species going, because you have this breeding season for a reason, and odor plays a big part in it, as well as other things like sight that they appear. But establishing order within the herd itself or within bucks, that's another way they can do that, is establishment of it's just part of that establishment of a hierarchy, I guess you could say. But primarily glands are used for communication, just like any other thing.
The more you know about the deer you hunt and see.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Dr. Long. Thank you for joining us this week on Next to Nature.